Hey guys, Pup C here, and it is another week of vegan news. So I'm going to go through everything that's been happening this past week. And if you're interested in the nitty-gritty details, I posted article links to everything I'm talking about on my BlueSky account. So it's Pup C Raw on the BlueSky app. But anyways, starting at the top, there was some great veg news guides to vegan candy. It kind of talked about everything under the sun candy-wise you could get that's a vegan, from candy bars to gummies and caramels and marshmallows. So if you're looking for some treaties, that's a really good guide to consider. Also, Dubai chocolate is popping off, and there was a whole guide to how to find vegan Dubai chocolate. There was like 5 different brands that looked delicious. It was Kind-Hearted Chocks, the Organic House, Cocoa Chocolate, Considerate, and Ambar. So those are at least 5 brands that sell vegan Dubai chocolate. Something else exciting was there was an award from PETA Asia for the best vegan resort and restaurant. So this location was in Thailand. It's called Kapuhala Koh Samui. It looks amazing, a beautiful oceanside resort, but everything is vegan. So I would love to visit someday. If you're in Thailand and need a place to stay, hey. I don't know what the budget would be for that, but it looks fantastic. Something else that popped up in the news this week was regarding vitamin B12. So I know that I get my B12 mostly from nutritional yeast because I use it in so many of my sauces, and I know vegan cheeses usually are full of great nutritional yeast which has B12, but there's now B12 available in algae. So a quote from this article was, researchers bioengineered spirulina to produce active vitamin B12, which creates a sustainable, carbon-neutral alternative to beef and dairy. Heck yeah. Don't need no animal products to get your B12. If you are into footwear fashion, Birkenstocks have been making somewhat of a comeback. I've been seeing Birkenstock styles out and about. People are wearing them, people are buying them. And if that's your thing, there are a lot of great vegan companies who make a Birkenstock style sandal. So I posted an article about it. So if you're into that, you can check it out and buy from those. Also, speaking of footwear, Nicki Minaj has released another sneaker. This one completely vegan, and it's from a vegan shoe company called, it looks like Loki. It's like L-O-C-I, but the O, it has like a slash through it. So anyways, it's called the Dopamine Vegan Shoe Collab, and they look very of the times, I should say. Personally, I don't like the way sneakers look nowadays. I think they're so ugly, but that's me. I'm probably a small voice. Mostly, it's very trendy to wear this style of shoes, so absolutely happy it's out there. A nice vegan sneaker people could buy that look of 2025 and stylish. Something I heard this week that was going on in Los Angeles is there was this amazing all-vegan food bank, and they're giving out meals to all the LA families every 3rd Thursday of the month. It looks like about 300 to 350 families get served vegan meals in just 2 hours. People start lining up as early as 4 a.m. But yeah, it's a great food bank. So they're providing raw ingredients to make meals, all different kinds of things, but completely vegan. So I just love that. I love this. It's called Vegans of LA. It's the name of the vegan food bank, and they're doing good work. So always happy to hear news reports on things like that. Something else interesting, it was a new product called Revolio or Revolio, however you want to pronounce it. It's a new vegan oil. So it's made using a non-GMO yeast fermentation. It's the era of fermentation, guys. So this is to replace conventional ingredients like palm oil, shea butter, cocoa butter. It requires 99% less land than conventional palm oil requires, and it does result in 90% fewer emissions, so very environmentally friendly. Love to see it. There's always, like, every week new amazing inventions, and it's just incredible what technology has brought us when it comes to food innovation. And speaking of foods, Prime Roots is bringing vegan deli meats to Canada, so that'll make it the first mycelium-based deli meat in that country, which is meat made of mushrooms. So compared to conventional meats, Prime Roots uses 92% less water. It generates 91% fewer carbon emissions and causes 89% less water usage. So honestly, that's kind of like, I would say, all vegan meats, but specifically those are the stats for Prime Roots, and it looks fantastic. I know some people are like, come to the US. I feel like they ship to the US because I've ordered online when they first were advertising, I think on Instagram. I tried their mushroom bacon and I'm like, oh wow, it was really intense. Honestly, things that are too close to the real thing, I'm kind of like, ooh. And mushrooms are so meaty, which is why people probably love them. I'm not a fan of mushrooms, but I totally get the appeal. Very meaty, very delicious if you're into that kind of texture and realism to animal meats. Woo! Oh my gosh, this week I found something out which I was so shocked by. So I just found out this week that, do you know Limp Bizkit, the band? They call it new wave metal. So Limp Bizkit, the lead singer, Fred Durst, he has been vegan for 12 years. That is amazing. Heck yeah, Fred Durst. You go be vegan. I love that. Now, Coachella's popping off right now, and it was really cool to see. They have so many vegan vendors this year. So just a big list of vegan vendors like Senna Vegan, Monty's Good Burger, Ronin, Tacos 1986, Word of Mouth Truck, Happy Ice. I love it. Just a ton of vegan options at Coachella, which makes sense, honestly. I saw an article too that there are so many inspirational vegan athletes, so I posted that. But if you're looking for a vegan fitness inspo, some of these amazing athletes is like surfer Tia Blanco, or there's soccer player Alex Morgan, tennis player Venus Williams. Honestly, the list goes on and on, but lots of great vegan athletes to look up to. I did see this random article about how you can order vegan at IHOP, so that little pancake house, International House of Pancakes, and it reminded me of the time I first went vegan, and I was right in the beginning, and I had no idea what vegan was. I just did it cold turkey overnight. I'm a vegan. I don't know what it is, but I'm a vegan. So it was a harsh learning curve, and I remember specifically this embarrassing memory at IHOP where I'm like, yeah, I would like to order buttermilk pancakes, but please no butter because I'm vegan, so please just hold the butter. And like, obviously it's called buttermilk pancakes, so it's like in the pancake batter. But anyways, I realized that later, and it's just so embarrassing because things you just do without thinking at all. I mean, like buttermilk pancakes, I didn't think about buttermilk. I just thought about it as a title to a menu item I ordered. But anyways, I'm sure other people have interesting stories of when they first went vegan. If you start out slowly, you probably don't make as many quote unquote mistakes because you're more aware of things. But if you're going overnight like me from standard American diet, no one in your friends and family group is vegan, so like, I'm a vegan. You might do silly things like that. And it's just, again, it's a little embarrassing looking back on it. But anyways, all right, there was this article about ways you can make vegan steak using all kinds of unique ingredients. So there was like Steak Diane and Cajun steaks that use seitan. There was hachi steak using soya mince, and I've never used soya mince, so I'm like, that sounds interesting. Well, there's cauliflower steaks and eggplant steaks, cabbage steaks. You could do teriyaki glazed king oyster mushrooms as steak. So it was cool. Like if you're looking for that hearty, meaty texture, there's some really good recipes out there for you. And also an article that was really helpful I saw, it was posted about if you're not vegan yet and you're kind of on the fence, you know, there's some common concerns vegans often say, or I should say wannabe vegans often cite, like I love animals, but, and then they give some excuse. This is why I'm not vegan. Or animals, eating meat is part of the food chain. We're part of the food chain. This is natural, right? Or they'll say farm animals wouldn't even exist without us. Or animals are treated well. I only buy humane meat. Or it's tradition to eat meat. Any of these reasons. And they're like, veganism, I get it, but this excuse. There's this whole article that addresses each of those common concerns people might have, or common things they might say, like, if I would be vegan if only for this thing. So I'm like, yes, I posted that. Just really cool things to have under your belt to address any of those statements people make that might pop up. Or you can just ignore them like me. After so long, you're just like, someone else fight this fight. And you just go about your vegan business, be the example you wish to see others be, if you want to see change in the world, you be that change by living your life that way. So that's kind of how I've been. And then also posting articles and engaging online. You do what you can. What feels right. There you go. But I love it when people post articles that address concerns, and they can do the debating, and I'll just support them and post their articles and videos. Some other exciting vegan news. There was an additional 200 U.S. hospitals that are going to offer menus that emphasize plant-based foods by the end of this year, 2025. So that is fantastic. The program so far has been a very remarkable success, which is why they're adding 200 more hospitals with a plant-based menu. And it said that in the select amount of hospitals so far that have this plant-based menu, more than half of patients who are eligible to order it, they all opt for plant-based. So heck yeah, that is really good news. Something random. If you like Korean fried chicken, there's a vegan version of that now. I know Korean fried chicken, I've been seeing it be more and more popular, so it's cool to see something available that could entice people. If that's what was holding you back from being vegan, is you want your Korean fried chicken. Well, guess what? Problem solved, y'all. Problem solved. Something else cool, just a little proud moment. There's this great restaurant. It's called Tacotarian. In fact, it is a chain, and I see that it's expanding, so that's amazing. But their location in Las Vegas just won the 2025 Small Business Persons of the Year Award from the state of Nevada. So big congrats to Tacotarian. Heck yeah. And there was a cool video posted on how to handle veganism during Passover. Little tips for that. Love it. Ooh, okay, this is exciting too. I know everything I think is so exciting. But PETA, a while back, I think a month or so ago, they were holding a speed dating event, online vegan speed dating. And they're doing it again. So that is really awesome. I love seeing those types of events pop up. I posted a little recipe for a really fast and easy vegan chocolate sauce. Actually, it's even raw vegan. It's just cacao powder, coconut oil, maple syrup, salt, mix it up. There you go. And I was doing chocolate covered raisins. So that was my thing. But honestly, you could use this chocolate sauce for anything and everything. It's so easy. And there's a million ways to make chocolate sauce, so many ways. But this one was just my fast, easy, dirty way to do it when I'm having a chocolate craving at night. Another inspiring list of vegans was I saw a list of vegan musicians. So you wouldn't even believe there's so many people like Stevie Wonder, Billie Eilish, Moby, Lenny Kravitz, right? Some heavy hitters you heard of, will.i.am, but there's so many more. So I listed all of those. Some excellent news as well is the FDA just said that animal testing, their requirement for animal testing is going to be either reduced, refined, or potentially replaced. That's their quote. Reduced, refined, or potentially replaced using a range of approaches, including AI-based computational models. So heck yes, this is from the FDA in the United States. It is a major step towards ending the use of laboratory animals in drug testing. That's maybe the best news from the government this month. That's the one and only thing that's good. I don't know, but it was really something good is happening. So I want them to follow through. I want to see it happen. Love it. Yes. Yesterday, I did see a post for a tasty tofu hack. So I'll end it on this. Tasty tofu hack of the week. You can freeze that tofu, you can thaw that tofu, you can squeeze that tofu, and then you cook it. Apparently, it changes the texture of the tofu, so it becomes more of a meaty or fishy texture. It's easier to press out the excess moisture, and it creates air pockets that allow marinades and sauces to soak in. So great, tasty tofu hack. All right, y'all, I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye!